Hey guys, welcome back. So, I thought I filmed an intro for this video, but apparently I did not. So we're gonna go right in. I've already prepped the skin. We're gonna do brows first. Here we go. Easy and simple. So we're gonna go ahead. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting Spray. I'm gonna use this as our first primer, and then we're gonna use the Smashbox Vitamin C. I really wanted to use some new products today, so this is going to be the first of the new. Moving right along, we're going to go into the Rare Beauty Foundation. The shade is for sure going to be a little dark for me, but it's fine. It's winter. We're wearing long sleeves, so just blend a little down the neck, and we're good to keep going. It was also a little lighter coverage than I am used to. You know, I'm a full coverage or nothing. But I did really like the finish of this foundation. I am still wearing it now, and it's about 5:30. I filmed this around 9 o'clock in the morning. So it's got a pretty darn good wear. And I really was able to go back and add a little bit extra coverage on some of my more problematic areas. But the finish is really nice, and it sat really well on the skin. I say it later in the outro, but the only time I had any issues, or the only spot I had any issues, was around the sides of my mouth where my smile lines are. That happens in pretty much every foundation, so nothing out of the ordinary for me and nothing I'm not used to. Alright, so moving into eyes, we are going to take this small little 6-pan Violet Voss palette. It doesn't have a name anywhere on it, but it came in my stepmom's Ipsy bag, and she wasn't loving the colors, but I was digging them. So we're going to go first into the shade Teddy, and then blend that into our crease. You already know the drill. We're going to pack color on and blend it out until it becomes as smoky as we want it to be. Alright, once we've got Teddy blended to a spot where we like it, we're going to take Cocoa Latte, which is a slightly richer, more cool toned brown, and we're going to put that also into our crease, but a little bit lower, and also into our outer corner. And then we're going to go back in with the brush that had Teddy on it and just blend those two together so they smoke out a little bit more. Alright, and then with a flat shader brush and the shade Champagne, we're going to pack that onto our lid. I genuinely thought that it might be easier to pop this on with my finger, but I decided to go against it just because I know somehow I would manage getting that shimmer shade elsewhere on my body and or outfit. And I just wasn't in the mood to deal with that today. So we opted to keep it with the brush. I will probably try this color again and wet the brush, just because I feel like I could get it to be a little bit more impactful. And now that we have lashes on and good to go, we're gonna go right in with concealer. This is gonna be the Juvia's Place concealer. I think I've used this in one other video, or like one other tutorial. You've been using it in the Hogwarts Wicked Wednesday series. But I'm liking this concealer so far, so it is still relatively new, but I am liking this for the time being, and it's working pretty well with the Rare Beauty Foundation as well. This is the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate, Conceal and Perfect something. It'll be listed in the bottom bar for you guys, but we're just going to do a cream contour really quickly. Do not take anything I do in this video with cream contouring as gospel, because I barely know what I'm doing with it. But I do think it makes a bit of a difference in the overall outcome. once all of the concealer is blended out, we're going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Cream Blush in Strawberry Dip or Drip. I don't remember. One of the two. But we're going to pop that onto the pads of our thumbs and then just press that into our cheeks. And then next we are going in and just setting our under eye with, of course, the Ofra Translucent Setting Powder. And then we're going to top that off with the shade Lyric from the Mini Kat Von or KVD Beauty contour palette. Since we used Lyric under our eyes, we're obviously going to use Shadow Play for our cheekbones. So you're going to see that here in 3, 2, here we go. So we're going to then use that to set the cream contour, which, again, I say this in the outro, but I'm not sure if it was the foundation or my skincare routine or this contour shade. I don't know what it was, but as I blended this out on only my right cheek did it kind of skip a little, which I was able to go back over it with the Fenty bronzer that you see here that I top everything off with anyway. But after I blended it out, I packed a little bit more of that bronzer on, and it worked out fine after that. I just don't know what happened and why it skipped on that cheek. For our powder blush, we are going in with the Morphe Pop of Coral Blush Trio yet again. I still don't know what shades are in this palette because at this point the shades have completely rubbed off the palette because I've had it for far too long. I should probably throw this away, but I can't stop using it, so. Course, now on to my favorite part. So we are of course stepping into highlight, and I have a new child to use today. So we are using the Anastasia Beverly Hills loose highlighting powder in the shade Sunset Aura. When I tell you, again, I say this in the outro, when I tell you though that I've had this sitting in my Sephora cart forever, like to the point where it was out of stock for ages. I don't even know. I didn't even get it at Sephora. I'm not even sure how I found it. But I found it. It's in my life. I need it. I have the other two shades. I'm crying on the inside. I'm so excited. Also, this highlight is beautiful. It's more subtle than the Fenty Beauty one, which I appreciate because as much as I like to be glowy all the time, like sometimes you can't hit them all at once. You gotta give them the subtle every once in a while just to mix it up and confuse them. Wiping off any of the excess lip product, like lip mask or lip balm that I have on, and then we're going in with the KVD Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Exorcism, and we are going to, you know, get these lips right. And I'm here for this lipstick color, by the way. I don't usually go with this dramatic of a color, but I'm here for it. gonna top it off with some lip oil. It's just in a similar shade. It doesn't have a shade name on it. It's just from like a random 5-pack from, I think, like Marshalls or something, but I'm digging it. Alrighty, so here is the completed look. This one piece right here is not doing what it's supposed to. Hold on. That's better. This wasn't as straight as it needed to be, or as curled. I swear, my bangs hate behaving. That's why I like matte lips, not like a lip gloss or oil. But this is the look that we ended up with for today. I'm okay with it. This is more about product, and I really like the Rare Beauty foundation. It is a little dark, but we just blended down the neck and called it a day. Because whatever. Fake it with extra foundation, bronzer, all that. It ends up working. But I do like the way it feels on the skin. It doesn't feel like I have a whole lot on. The Violet Voss mini palette, I loved that palette. It blended out really well, and I mean, it looks really good on the eye. The KVD Everlasting Lip, what shade was that? I don't think so. This was in the shade Exorcism. Really like this color with this look. I think it looks really good, and jury's out on the setting spray just because I'm gonna see how long it lasts and see how long this look lasts. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, I really do like the way the mist on the setting spray was. It's not as luminous as some of the other setting sprays I like, which isn't necessarily a problem because that highlight doesn't need a whole lot of a luminous setting spray. And this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Highlighter in Sunset Aurora. I'm sure I've said that in the voiceover at this point already, so you already know that. But again, that's what the highlight is, and I've had this sitting in my Sephora cart for a year, 2 years, something like that, since basically they came out. So these are bomb. I mean, absolutely obsessed with that. So yeah, I'll let you guys know in the description box how this foundation held up and how the setting spray held up for all of my makeup in general. Right now, this pretty much looks like my skin. I mean, I have smile lines because I make a facial expression every 10 seconds. So that's normal for me at this point. So pretty much any foundation I have smile lines and creases there almost immediately, even if I set them heavy. So that doesn't really ever bother me because they're going to show up regardless. I will say, so I used the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour, and I don't know if I just don't remember it doing this to me back in the day, or if they've changed the formula, which is entirely possible because it's been 4 or 5 years since I've had this. But I think this is what caused my contour on the inside to break up a little bit. It's okay now, because I went back and I put a little bit more of the Fenty bronzer on it, so it worked itself out, but it kind of like broke up and lifted off of my face. Which every once in a while, regardless of what product it is, I'll have an issue. I think it's just my skincare and like what products I use for skincare. Sometimes makeup doesn't sit right on it if I don't let it absorb into my skin fully. So that also could have been it. But this was really the only product that is newer to me or newer to my routine that I noticed some kind of like pigment skipping or like lifting. So, but it did work itself out. It looks pretty good right now. So not too mad, just kind of gotta keep an eye on this guy. But other than that, I don't have anything else for you guys today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.